Thank you, Ambassador Zanieri, Lamberto, and thank you to all the participants. As you all know, we are here in the context of the Helsinki Plus 50 initiative, which is an initiative to relaunch and strengthen the OSCE. And I would argue that this is very much a timely exercise, because if anything was proven by this war is that we need more OSCE, not less of it. But let me also join the President in thanking the UN Crisis Coordinator, Mr. Amin Awad. Thank you very much for addressing us today, and also for visiting our office twice in Vienna and for working very closely with us. And also my dear colleague and friend, Ambassador Viladsen from the OSCE project coordinator in the Ukraine. And warm regards to Mikita Poturayev. I look forward to hearing from you, Mikita. This is the second call of action, 2 months after the last one we had on the 23rd of March. And unfortunately, there is little change from the last meeting we had. It's only getting worse. Since the last time we met, the special mission in Ukraine was closed. That's very regrettable. So 1,350,000 OSCE monitors had to leave, and now the mission is closed. So we don't have eyes and ears of the OSCE on the ground anymore. And you know what impact it has also in the issue of information and disinformation. One mission, maybe it's on its way to being closing. I don't want to be a negative prophet here, but Ambassador Viladsen will tell us more. And what else? There is more death, more destruction, more suffering, and for what? I mean, this is really outrageous what we are seeing. From all the discussion I've had with many of you, and we often speak with members of parliament, I get a sense from all of you, a sense of frustration, a sense of irritation, outrage for what we see. But where does it leave us? I mean, what does it leave us as OSCE Parliamentary Assembly? And everybody says, you know, what can we do? The President says we need to be more active. I think we have been adopting a very realistic and sensible approach at the OSCE Parliamentary Assembly. We looked at what are our tools, what are our capabilities. I thought the one thing we did very well was speaking up and being clear on our messages. We've had very strong press releases, very strong messages also issued together with the OSCE Chairman in Office and the OSCE Secretary General. And I think we've been very clear on these messages. I say this very often, and I repeat it here. I mean, I think we've been very clear on our messaging, not only now, but we've been clear from 2014, ever since the annexation of Crimea. We came up with very strong language, calling it a clear, gross, uncorrected violation of the Helsinki Final Act, which is, by the way, what we do here. We try to strengthen the Helsinki Final Act. And we said which was the country that was doing this clear, cross, uncorrected violation of the Helsinki Final Act by the Russian Federation. So we've been very clear with our message. We have not sugarcoated our message, and of this I'm very proud. We have been also doing some activities on the field. Indeed, we visited, thanks to the kind hospitality of Barbara Bartusz and the Polish delegation, they visited the border. We saw also how Poland is reacting to the crisis, and also how the victims are reacting to this. And the President mentioned other possible activities. I will not, of course, go into the details of those other activities, because normally they are announced after they have been conducted, not beforehand, for obvious reasons. We've had meetings of the Bureau of the Standing Committee of the Parliamentary Assembly, meetings like this. And we are addressing soon the issue of supplementary items. I'm sure that there will be a lot in our 3 resolutions for the 3 committees, and the supplementary items that will be discussed, amended, and voted in Birmingham at the annual session. So this will be really the moment when all the Assembly will get together finally for the first time in person after the pandemic. And there we will have an opportunity to also have a moment of reflection on where it leaves us as Parliamentary Assembly. We have tried to contribute to dialogue. I've mentioned in the past the tentative, the offer by Vice President Guliev to host both delegations in Baku. There was little appetite for that from both sides, I must say. But now the President mentioned today, and it will be announced very soon, Vice President Reinhold Lopatka has been appointed as a special representative for parliamentary dialogue on Ukraine. And so we look forward through this tool of Vice President Lopatka also to revive the tentative of dialogues that we can have with both parliamentary delegations. I'm glad, Madam President, you've taken this decision, because we are in a phase where the debate is more leading us on the type of weapons that we should deliver and how lethal these weapons should be. But there is not so much debate on besides the posture that we should have in order to support our Ukrainian brothers in the battle, which is our battle, by the way, the battle for freedoms and for the values we live in. So while that part is absolutely commendable, and I would not enter into the details of what type of weapons we should deliver, I think it's important from our side that we focus on dialogue. And your decision today to appoint one of your vice presidents to take the lead on a possible seed of dialogue, that's something that I appreciate, and goes in line with the, let's say, acquis of this parliamentary assembly, which is indeed a forum for parliamentary dialogue between parliamentarians. So I commend all of us who are in this meeting, and I look forward to listening to the guest speakers, to listen from Nikita Poturayev, and also to get a sense of what's the situation, and then, of course, to the debate. Thank you very much.